Hi guys, right. I thought I would just post this video. This video is basically on undertaking. So there's a few things that we've got to take into consideration when making a decision to undertake. According to the Highway Code, Rule 268, if I'm not mistaken, it stipulates that you should not undertake vehicle on the right if it's going a little bit slower, if it's only one vehicle. Now, if there are several vehicles and that lane is going a lot slower, then by all means, if the left lane is going a little bit quicker, you are allowed to undertake. Also, if someone is turning right, you can go past, even if it's just the leading vehicle. So you can go past if someone is turning right. However, if there are just one vehicle in front of you, rather on the right hand lane rather than in front, then you are not allowed to go past that vehicle. So in this video, we'll be looking at a few real life example of what to do and what not to do when it comes to undertaking. Again, if you hear silence, that's because there's nothing to talk about. At the traffic light here, we are turning right. Obviously, I would have said that earlier, but because I was outlining the rules of undertaking. Okay. Although it is not illegal, the Highway Code definitely advises against it. However, if you are going to do it, safety is paramount. So the mirror check is very important. As I often say, when you turn onto a new road, what are you looking for? What is the speed limit of this road? So you can see a temporary speed limit there, which is 20. Please be mindful, however, that is advisory. It's not mandatory because there's no red circle there. Now let's take this vehicle in front in terms of the undertaking rule, the first undertaking. Are we allowed to go past this vehicle? No, we're not. No, the blue vehicle is going a little bit slower, but at the same time, we cannot go past because that vehicle could move back into the left lane at any moment. So we have to drop back. So this is very important. Again, speed is 20 miles an hour. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see he's moved back? He has moved back to the left lane. Now imagine if you were trying to undertake that vehicle whilst he's attempting to come back into the left lane. That's where the issue would actually come in. So please be careful. Do not undertake when there's only one vehicle in the right lane, even if he's going a little bit slower. That is very important. Now, back to what we're referring to when we talk about the speed. So we saw the speed here. It says 20. It's advisory. Please note you can go a little bit more than 20. If it's a 40 road, I'd say I'd go about 30, but I would give a comment so the examiner knows exactly why you're doing what you're doing. So you could say something along the line of, oh, I note the 20 miles per hour, but because it's advisory, I'm just going to give a little bit more speed because I don't want to hold up those behind. So that's very important. Again, you're forward planning. What do you notice? Do you notice the change of speed? So, what is the speed limit for this road? That's correct. 30 miles an hour. So, it is 30 all the way unless you see another sign that states something else. Please remember that. Now, you can see this stop from the pupil. Really nice stop. Again, tires on tarmac. You can see the tires sitting on the road. Very important. At this point, by all means, relax. Secure your car on brake, neutral, and that is because if you notice you're not the lead vehicle. So by the time the light changes, you will have enough time to get ready, select your first gear, press your gas, move off slowly. Again, at this point as well, you can have a little look in your left mirror and your right mirror. Look for cyclists because the light's been on red for a while. So when it changes, it's a good idea to just have a quick look in your mirror just to make sure there's nothing trying to squeeze through. By all means, this helps as well when you're on the test because it puts less pressure on your legs. So you want to free your leg a little bit at that moment. Now, once the light's been on red for a while, you don't have to wait till it change back to red and amber to get ready. After you feel like you've relaxed a little bit, just get ready afterwards. So that way, when the light does change, you're actually ready to go. Okay, what are you guys noticing? Do you notice the temporary speed? Again, it's not a prohibition, it's a warning, it's informative, and it's because there's loose chippings. If you can manage the speed without impacting the vehicle, by all means, it's not an issue. You can continue with a higher speed, not necessarily 40 miles an hour. You can do less, not necessarily 30 miles an hour. If it's a 30 zone, you can do less. You can see it's 40 miles an hour there. So let's say, for example, in this situation, oh, you noticed the vehicle undertake just now, I should have said undertook, then that's absolutely the thing that you're looking for. In this case, are we allowed to go past? Yes, we are, because now this is a slower moving lane. There are more than one vehicle that's in that lane. So then we are allowed to continue to go past that vehicle. Now, if it was only one car or one van or one truck, one vehicle to be precise, in that right lane, then we would not take the chance to go past it. So we can see we're coming down to the traffic light. The light is on red. This vehicle there, that burgundy Jeep, that one we can go past it because there's slower moving vehicle and it's a traffic situation. However, this vehicle that's on the front, that red car, if that was the only vehicle, we are not allowed to go past that vehicle that's at the front because that vehicle could move back into the left lane at any moment. What is the speed limit? Please remember the speed limit of the road. So you can see the 40 sign there. So it's telling you it's 40. So whenever you go in forward, it is 40 unless you see another sign. If you were to turn left at the traffic light, it is still 40 unless you see another sign. Okay, what would you do in this situation? Think about it and tell me. Are we allowed to undertake? So yes, we're allowed to undertake that car that we just went past, but are we allowed to undertake this car that's in front and to the right of us? No, we're not. This is the thing about it. Even though that car is going a little bit slower, there are no traffic situation in front. So that vehicle could move back into the left lane at any moment. So could the other one that's just coming in view. However, it's more likely that the vehicle in front would move over to the left. Now, look at this situation. You notice his signal is turning right. So, the fact that he's turning right, we are allowed now to go past him. Now, this is the thing. Where is he going? So, these are the things we take into consideration when making the decision to undertake. At the runabout, we are going forward. Second exit, please. So, going ahead, taking the second exit. Here you can see you've got 3 lanes. This left lane goes left and straight. Brilliant positioning from the pupil. Make the right decision to take the left lane and then come off into the left and then check center and left there, give you a left signal. Again, remember, look at this situation. Look at this now. Can you see that lead vehicle, that learner car? Imagine you were trying to go past that learner car. That was the lead vehicle whilst they're trying to come into the left lane. That's the reason why we don't undertake leading vehicle. Now, brilliant mirror check from my pupil here. I know you can't see the mirrors, but they did check the mirror brilliantly. And then they checked and they moved back into the left lane. Nice overtaking. Please remember, you are allowed to overtake and then move back in. I cannot reiterate enough in terms of the speed. We can see the 40 and the 20 sign there. The 20 sign is advisory because there's no prohibition, there's no circle. However, it doesn't mean you should do 40. You should do a reasonable speed that you can control the vehicle and give a little comment so the examiner knows what you're doing. At the runabout, we are following the road ahead, taking the third exit. Now, on this occasion, you can see the lane there. There's 4 lanes. Now, the pupil did make an error here where we were supposed to go straight ahead. Now, which lane should you be in for straight ahead? That's correct. Now, because the pupil was in the left lane, she had to turn left. That's the key thing. So she had to turn left just to be safe. If you're in the left lane, it is fine. Just turn left. Do not go straight ahead from a left only lane. If you do that, you will be marked a serious fault. And you can see there's a little stall from the pupil here as well. But it's not about rushing. It's about taking your time and just coming round. So the people did come round and then continue all the way back round and came back to that same roundabout in which she did it correctly this time. So it's all about safety. Hope this video helps. Genuinely hope it helps.